Hello everybody, what's going on? APL here, APL Fisher on Xbox Live. Game of Domination today on Highrise. I know the first video I uploaded was a game of Domination, though I didn't have any commentary on it and it was on Subbase. So I want to do another game of Domination, probably my favorite game type, and it's actually on one of my favorite maps as well, Highrise. Really enjoy this map, for Domination in particular. I don't know how I feel about it on Team Deathmatch or Free-for-All. I usually tend to get pretty frustrated on those game types with this map. But on Domination, I found that I like it a lot. Using my pretty much the same setup as you can see there, though I already got 2 kills with the akimbo Shotguns of Doom, or the 1887s. And I talked about in my last video how people asked me if I was going to use them, and I don't know. I was basically coerced by my friends to give them another chance. The main reason I wasn't using them, I knew they were overpowered and I used them a little bit, but the main reason was that they took longer to come out than the actual magnums did. But in this game, I was like, alright, what the heck, I'll give them a try, and I get a lot of kills with them, and it definitely pays off. So I can't complain too much. So yeah, so I'm using those, and I just pretty much, when I'm in a close quarter situation, I pull those out, and they, they pay off for me. Yeah, I'm using, as far as perks, I'm using the same perks I've been using, I think, in almost all the videos. I have Sleight of Hand Pro, Stopping Power Pro, and Ninja Pro. Addressing some of the comments, someone asked me what do I think about Steady Aim Pro. I think in the long run, it's not really going to help you at all. If you're sniping, I guess in the other, if you're worrying about hipfire accuracy and stuff like that, if you're using a assault rifle or a SMG, it makes sense to use that, I guess, for the hipfire increase. But there's no reason, as far as with the sniper rifle, you don't need 8 or whatever seconds to scope in with the sniper rifle, and chances are if you're scoping in that long, you're going to get killed if you're hard scoping for 10 seconds. So that's really not an issue, and the sleight of hand and stopping power, I think, are must if you're sniping. And also use a ninja so no one can hear my footsteps, and visible heartbeat sensors as well, which obviously the standard stuff. Also using the blue tiger camo or skin or whatever on my gun, not that that means anything. I picked up a double there. I don't know, sorry, I'm not really commentating on the game. Looking back, I think it could have been a triple, but they just didn't line up exactly exactly how I wanted them to, but you know, that's the game. So yeah, so talking about how I approach the Domination game type, I'm really an aggressive player in Domination. I mean, in all the game types, like I said, I'm an aggressive player, but we have both points right now, so I know they're spawning from C. And I'm not really trying to take C as much as I'm trying to just get kills so that they don't have an opportunity to take the, got a nice little run there, take the opportunity to get the other points. So I'm kind of just making my rounds, and I'll be checking back in at B, and I know we have A pretty much on lock. I think here, though, they are taking it. But we get it back pretty easily. So right now I'm just trying to build my kill streak so I can get the chopper gunner, and so that will be so that's why I'm kind of playing passive here and waiting for trying to wait for a couple kills to come to me. Yeah, so I've gotten a lot of comments that asking me if I'm going to do videos with other guns, and I might in the future. I don't know for sure. I have a couple good games, but I'm really been sniping for the most part. But if people want to see other games with other guns, I can definitely do a few of those. But I like to snipe in this game, and that's really what I'm focusing on and trying to get better with. So that's why you're going to see a majority of my videos. A majority of my videos are going to have me sniping. I think all of them up to this point do. So yeah, and then getting back to kind of how Domination's played, I've noticed that for some reason it seems like people, even if their team's losing, they still will camp and not even go for the points. And then I get my chopper gunner and I call this guy in. But I feel like they can have 1 point and they won't even be holding that. They'll just be camping somewhere in a corner, just trying to build up a kill streak. And next thing you know, they got a chopper or an AC-130, and they're still losing. So I feel like people really kill whore in this game type, and if last time I checked, I thought you're trying to win the game. I mean, I remember a game. I think it was like the team had 50 points, and someone on their team was getting kills, but because they were camping and pulled out an AC-130. I think they ended like I don't know, like 40 and like 3 or something like that, but their team got absolutely destroyed. So just kind of, I don't understand that mentality. I want to win the game, so kill death isn't a big factor for me in this game type. I mean, I still want to play smart, and I don't like to die, like anyone. Pick up a nice quick scope on that guy. But I'm not going to focus on it. My focus is making sure that we have at least 2 points capped at all times, and that's, I mean, so that we can win the game, and that's what I want to do when I go into a game. I don't go into a game just looking to try to improve my kill death ratio, and I think a lot of people do, and I mean if that's how they have fun playing the game, I guess I can't really argue with it. But it definitely makes it frustrating for people that are actually trying to win a game, and you have people that aren't at all going for the objectives or doing anything to really help the team other than getting kills. But even then, the kills are kind of meaningless because there's their team is still has no chance of winning because they're not helping out capping flags or doing any of the small things that you have to do to win this game. So yeah, so the more I play this game, the more I get comfortable with the weapons, and the more I am learning the maps. I feel like I'm playing this game like how I played Counter-Strike and Counter-Strike Source on the PC. I was a very aggressive player in that game type, and basically that game type is search and destroy. Is the equivalent of search and destroy. There's really only one game type in Source. You only spawn once every round. There's a bomb. Terrorists have to plant it. CTs have to defuse it, or the CTs can kill everyone and win the round, or the Ts can kill everyone and win the round. So I come from that style of game, but I still was a very aggressive player with the sniper rifle and with the assault rifles in that game type. And I feel like that is something that translates over to this game. Once you learn the maps and once you're comfortable with the weapons, being aggressive is really important. You have to have a level of aggression mixed with a level of intellect and kind of being smart about how you're approaching the game. And there we go with another display of how overpowered these guns are. But yeah, so having a mix of aggression and a mix of somewhat passive gameplay is definitely important. I think the key I've found to success so far in this game. Still working on it. Definitely not there yet, but definitely seen improvement slowly over time as I learn these maps and get more comfortable with using these weapons and the 360 controller ultimately, which is the biggest obstacle for me, and because it's not a mouse and it's not a keyboard. So as I'm getting used to it, more comfortable, I'm definitely enjoying the game more than I did before. And then as far as people are probably going to say, why are you I didn't want you to use the akimbo 1887s. But I'm not one of those people that is not going to use a gun that's in the game, that's put in the game to be to be used, regardless of if they're overpowered. I mean, I've seen videos where people say they're not going to use the M16 or the FAMAS because they're broken and overpowered. And I just, that's fine if you want to take the, I don't know, I guess it could be called moral high ground, though. I think it's just an opinion. I mean, it's a game, and there's lots of aspects of this game that are unrealistic or overpowered. I think some of the kill streaks are, and stuff like that. So I'm not going to be one of those people that aren't going to use a certain weapon if it's in the game, and I have success using a gun. I'm going to do it. I do kind of the only thing that really frustrates me is the I guess they call it the noob tube. In this game, I really get frustrated dying by that thing, but I never use it, and it's not really out of principle. I don't use assault rifles enough to equip it, but I wouldn't anyway. I find it kind of cheap. But that's my opinion, and I still would use it if I was getting challenges and stuff like that. But yeah, here I see a Predator missile coming, and I'm like, oh no, yeah, of course it found me. I always feel like Predator missiles. I have like a homing beacon in my player, and they always find me no matter where I am. But yeah, so the game's winding down. We pretty convincing win here, and that's just because my team. I was playing with I think with a friend, but because we played it smart, didn't get kill happy. We just did what we had to do, made sure we had at least 2 points, and we were able to win pretty easily. So hope you enjoyed the gameplay, and I'll be uploading more stuff as soon as I can. Thanks, guys.